Hi, my name is Meenal Kelkar, and this is the first in a set of 3 videos where I want to share with you 3 different perspectives on the relationship between mind, body, and spirit. In this particular video, I want to talk about what life is like when you live life head first. Now, doing that is something that I'm really good at. I spent probably over 20, probably close to 30 years perfecting that way of living my life. I am really, really good at analyzing, figuring things out, being able to see details and then even take a step back to see how those details fit into the bigger picture, of being organized, of being able to schedule things. I used to live life by my to-do list. And it wasn't just that I was good at those things, I was being paid really good money for those skills when I was working in corporate America. The problem that I had was that those skills, I couldn't turn them off. They would keep me awake in the middle of the night. They would begin to rule my life. What I found was that single-minded focus of being able to do all of those things, to be in my head, to analyze, figure it out, that what was happening was that it was becoming this double-edged sword, that I couldn't turn it off. And so what I found was that I was losing sight of those things that were important to me, those things that I call the mores that life is really about. That having that relationship with my husband, being available to say, yeah, I want to have some friends over this weekend, why don't you guys just come over? All of those I was finding were getting postponed and pushed aside because of my single-minded focus on achievement and succeeding and doing well in my career and using these skills that I was so good at. And in that model, that is what I call the Western model of the relationship between mind, body, and spirit. In that relationship, your mind is held supreme. It has the most importance. It dictates everything, almost at the expense of your body and your spirit. And so, and you know what that's like. You know what that is like. It's the approach where you get up in the morning and already it's like you feel like you're on the go, that you have to get up, you can't stay in bed because there's so much that needs to get done. And you start running through your day, and if you're lucky, you actually have a little bit of time to pause and put some fuel into your body. And you just keep running until the end of the day when you collapse in bed exhausted, only to stay up at night because you're still trying to work through the stuff that didn't get done. And so to me, that was the classic model of stress. And for me, it became really, really clear that this wasn't a model that I could continue with because I kept breaking down. The way I would break down is that when I would collapse in bed every once in a while, probably once a year, I would collapse in bed sick and just literally could not get out of bed. That I was so depleted, that my body was in such a state of depletion that I could not function anymore until I had rested, recovered, and then I would start the pattern again. I had a series of wake-up calls in my family, both heart disease as well as cancer, before I turned 40. And so I knew that that was going to be in my future unless I made a change. The problem was that I really felt stuck trying to figure out what to do differently, because this is all I knew. This is what I knew to do best. So now, if that describes you and you're seeking a way out, I have found a way out. And it is this relationship between mind, body, and spirit. So follow me on to video 2, where I'll start opening that door and giving you another perspective on how you might want to live your life.